You know what? I'm going all the way here. Oh, B, Moore City. B, Moore City. B, Moore. Where you at? Where's my button? Come on. Where's my button? To send you out? There you go. There you go. Hey, family. I'm sending my welcoming out. B, Moore City. Welcome. Keeping life real. Real life conversations. True real life stories. Empowering the next future generation of leaders. I'm Steve Copeland, your host. Sam was my co-host. I'm asking y'all to please support and donate. My Cash App is Stephen Copeland, my first and last name, 58. My PayPal is Stephen Copeland, 960. And my Apple Cash is 410-949-0304. Support my social media platforms. Look, YouTube, Stephen Copeland 4974. TikTok, S Copeland. Kick, S Copeland 64. Twitch, S Copeland 59. Instagram, Copeland Stephen 59. Then we got X. I'm sorry, Stephen 868377705. Then we got Facebook. Look, my main Facebook is Stephen Copeland 909. And we got Stream TV Broadcasting Network. I'm reading my little clip going by. You know what, family? If you don't understand where a person like myself is at, and making this clear to a lot of y'all, right? The topic, I want to say that before I move on to the next level. The topic is overcoming your past mistakes. Overcoming your past mistakes. I can tell y'all right now, and I'm not going to say I don't care, because as a human being I do care. I just try my best not to worry about it. You know, I'm human. I want people to love me, like me. Say one thing I love about this dude, he tried to stay consistent with his time, and 7 days a week, 6 o'clock. I'm gonna tell y'all I ain't feel like I said, I'm going to lay here and I'm going to watch TV. I'm going to watch a movie. A couple of them. You know. But I'm always thinking about what can I say or what can I do to empower and encourage others. I be needing it too, family. Let me take it here. I love y'all. You know, I'm going to start letting people call in too. Okay? My phone is on vibrate. Somebody calling me from Oxon Hill. But I don't think they calling to talk. I don't. But eventually, I am going to start accepting incoming calls. All right? In case you want to talk about something, you want to share something. Now, mind you, it's only an hour from 6 to 7. I don't mind giving you at least 5 or 10 minutes to talk about where you at, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. You know, to make it short. That's why I say blah, blah, blah. Because I want you to get it out. I know, right, when I did my 4th step, when I took that fearless more inventory, right, and I'm talking about going inside of myself, dealing with those childhood traumas, childhood issues, family, childhood challenges and stuff like that. A lot of us as adults who've been through certain things, and everybody, keep in mind, when I opened up my mouth, everybody was not great that I deal with as a child. They was not funded as a child. Okay? It might have been abandonment issues. It might have been mental, emotional, and verbal abuse, which caused them to want to reach out towards the smugs for TikTok's sake, drugs and alcohol. Y'all know I'm a recovering addict, so I cannot get away from that. Y'all know I'm a Christian man. Yes, I am. I love Jesus. But look, I'm saying this, family, because in that relationship and in that connection, I had to know, in that relationship and in that connection, the journey has started becoming spiritual. I gained great knowledge about it. Let me share this with a lot of y'all. When it comes to scripture, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. I have beautiful knowledge. I have great knowledge because I was trying to get to know the Father or the Creator. Bible, to me, it has a lot of truth in it. It doesn't matter rather the people that names they mention actually wrote it. But I'm going to say this to you, because Jamal Brown said it. He said, find your life story in the Bible. He said, your story, the way you lived your life, or live you know, and then you change your life, overcoming your past. So when he said that, it took me out of that religious box. So when I started going back into scripture, a lot of it reminded me of stuff that I experienced and no longer live that way. Everybody might not see that, and it's okay. So basically, watch this. I gained very, 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 very great knowledge of the Creator, of the universe, the world, from what Bible said. Right? Then from there, we reading the scriptures and or the manuscript. What I started seeing was how God used them. Same way He using me. Giving me the strength and the courage to talk about personal stuff, to help people overcome those challenges and obstacles. It's the strength of the Holy Spirit. Encouragement, empowering. Now guess what? When you look back at that, they say the Spirit came upon them. Basically, they was being led by the Spirit to tell you all about their lives. Well, us. And you look, everybody might not see that. Everybody might not see that. So now check this out. I always ask Chat GPT to do 5 steps. Y'all know I do the 12-step process to help people grow. First, you gotta acknowledge. Be honest about your past. Then this sends you to Timothy. No, John, I'm sorry. Acknowledge. It says being honest about your past. Truth sets you free. And this is in the book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. The second process. Take responsibilities. Own your choices and learn from them. Apply your heart to instructions. And that's from Proverbs 23:12. Third, seek forgiveness. Now watch this. Watch this. Seek forgiveness from God, yourself, and others. It have to be in that order. I learned that from the 12 steps. I learned it from the 12 steps in just that order. From God, yourself, and then others. As far as the east is from the west, and this talks about Psalms 103, verse 12. Check this out. Number 4. Make better choices. Remember what I said? Overcoming your past mistakes. Overcoming your past mistakes. Make better choices. Build new habits. And surround yourself with positive people. Be not conformed, but be transformed. And that's in Romans 12:2. Give back. This is 5. 5th process. In growing now, it's about growing. Okay? Give back and grow. Turn your pain into purpose and help others. And you know, when I read this part right here, I realized that's what I do as a sponsor. That's what I do. But I had to get to know Steve first. So it talks about turn your pain into purpose and help others. Use what you have been through to lift others up. What I say? What I say, family? What I say? I try my best not to feed people my opinion, what I think, how I feel. Oh, you need to do this or you need to do that. Now, please don't take it wrong, because some of y'all have some great opinions, some great ideas, and it might just help too. But for me, and it's not that I'm being smart, I'd rather you share a level of personal experience with me, because that will help me understand that I am not the only one that been through certain things in life. Sometimes when people going through stuff in life, right, and nobody else talk about certain things, it will make you feel like you the only one. It'll make you feel like you being punished. And I understand a lot of y'all, now that we done moved on and living this graceful life, I ain't telling nobody how my life was. I'm delivered, a day at a time, from that pain, from that suffering. Y'all know what hit me? I'm laying here last night. I actually went back down to memory lane. I'm telling y'all, and I normally talk anyway, right? But I'm laying in the bed, preparing myself to sleep. And I'm just running through, like, my childhood coming up. I haven't done it to that extent in a while. You know how you might want to fantasize, stuff like that? Even though you grown now, but you want to fantasize about something, just to get your mind in another place. I be wanting to do that, because I remember being young, and I had my imaginary friend. Now, if we try to have an imaginary friend now, oh, he crazy. Something wrong with him. Let me finish reading this to y'all, right? Because I said I want to make a copy of this. Keeping life real. Keeping life real. That prompt, or that saying, came from "to thy own self be true." So every time I look at keeping life real, it's not about y'all. It's about me staying true to myself. But then I want you to grab hold to it. Keeping your life real. And guess what? Real life conversations. Why do you want to talk to people and don't do nothing but lie? Make people think, want people to think you are greater or you're different than what you're saying. And some people do that. They don't like looking at themselves, so they'll talk about everything else around them that they have not personally experienced, and tell you all about their grandmother's story, their uncle's story, their brother's story, their cousin's story. That's how you know when people don't like to look at themselves. Real life conversations. Real life stories. Who can better tell your story than you? Who can better talk about you than you? Anybody else outside of you talking about you? That's called gossip. Gossiping. Gossip. Sitting out there putting stuff out on you. They do it all the time to me. No, I'm not doing what they tell people that. I'm telling you. I already know. They will tell people, make up stuff about me, almost say sure, They will make up stuff about me so you'll look bad at me. You can tell me something bad about somebody, right? I'm going to look for it for myself. If I recognize those things in you that they said, now look what I said. If I recognize those things in you, then I understand he wasn't lying. But if I don't see that behavior, then I know they lying on me. I'd rather get to know you for myself, because you might not be the way some people want to, address us to other people. Real life stories, right? Overcoming your past life from pain to purpose. It's never too late to change, grow, and build a better tomorrow. What you'll gain. Real talk about real life. Practice steps for a better you. Encouragement to keep going. Tools for personal and community growth. A renewed sense of purpose. Now, understand what I'm saying. Overcoming your past life. It ain't nothing we could do, it's there. Whatever we did in the past is done. We can learn from it and grow. Now, if I sit here and say I shot dope, I shot cane, I drunk alcohol, I did this, I did that, and then I say I got 33 and a half years clean from all that, am I still stuck right there? I am used. Matter of fact, I stopped drinking because of him 6 months before I stopped shooting the dope in the cane. I couldn't believe it, because alcohol was my thing. That was my thing. It was times I didn't even know how I got home. I'm talking about driving wise. I put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy driving with me, right? And I'm told to freak up. But what I had to do when I got behind that wheel, I had to become as normal as possible, because I had other people's lives on the line. Overcoming my past life mistakes. This is what this topic is about. Now, let me share this, right? You think, let's be real, being in recovery, being in the ministry, having a connection with the Holy Spirit, right, that I would really feel comfortable doing a lot of that stuff I used to do. It's my conscience that'll beat me up. It's my conscience. And I wouldn't have peace in that area. That's how I know. Excuse me. And I can't speak for nobody else. But when I am practicing old behaviors, it's like my spirit is messed up. Because I'm going against, my morals, my values, my principles. Please listen to what I'm saying, because some people won't tell you that. They want to sound so intellectual, so spiritual, but they don't tell you that even though they political science or whatever, educational wise, whatever, they don't tell you whenever I go against my morals, my values, my principles, my integrity now that I stand on. Whenever I compromise them, my stomach be queasy. My spirit be like out of whack. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? So once I realized, oh, you're doing such and such and such, you got to move away from it. That's all. You got to recognize what you're doing is what's causing you to feel uncomfortable. Because it's going against who you are now. Just like in my head, I might want to go get 4 or 5 females I can play with at 64. And believe me, they're going to have to be bad. Because I'm 64 years old. I'm not 18, 19 no more. The wind blow by, man. See, y'all don't like talking like this. She got to be fine for me. Ooh. Ooh. Turn me on. I don't hear y'all talk like that. That's the physical part. Anyway, we going to talk on the phone, right? Because that way I can get to know you, get that feel for you, because I'm vetting you. I don't hear y'all talk like that no more. It's like you met somebody on the bus stop and y'all went to the movies or the dinner or to the hotel. Jump right in the bed. Now I used to do that. I used to do it. Because that's all I wanted. I ain't had no problem spending money for it. I know I ain't the only man. See something you attracted to, is like, ooh, ah, ooh, wow. I wonder what that thing is like. And you get it. And it's just the way you like it. It's banging. Come on, brothers, don't play with me. I've been through all that. You play with other men. Because real no real. Real no real. I remember how I used to judge my wink wink. That you know, made me a man. By sleeping here, sleeping there, sleeping here. This is the way I was taught by older men. Bullcrap. It's a poor rat that had one hole to run in and out of. So I had a wife at home. And I had a woman over here, woman over here, woman over here, woman over there. The wife was at home. She was east. So I went west. I went north. I went south. This the information I grew up on. And be honest with y'all, it came from my uncle. And men like him. My aunt loved him no matter what. You know why? Because he made sure everything was right in the house. And this is my uncle, my aunt's husband. He had insurance on all of us. He was like that missing father, you get me? And as we got older to purchase our own life insurance, he cashed it in. I learned all of this through the process. Even though I watched this man give my aunt all these hundreds of dollars a bill, $100 a bill, blew me away. So I already know what it is to be that family man, no matter how crudball you might be. You get it? No matter how he did what he did, he made sure home was taken care of. Listen, ladies, to what I'm saying, seriously. My aunt, I'm in my 30s. My aunt said, Steve, it's okay to go outside your marriage and stuff like that. This came from my aunt. But just make sure you take care of your home. I was like, huh? So it helped me to understand that some of our elders from way back when, the mindset that some of them had. You get me? So a lot of us might say, well, my grandmother didn't mind my grandfather doing this and doing that. As long as he took care of the house, that's how some of them were. That's how some of them were. And some of them, like, you better not do this, you better not do that. But some older women, they accept whatever. They might not have laid with their husband all the time, but the time they laid. Come on, I'm sharing with y'all some old stuff. That's why I like picking with our old men sometimes, right? Because I said, it's because of you I'm doing this, you I'm doing it. They don't do number bust out laughing. Because they know some of the poor information that they fed us. But the thing is, out of everything I'm saying out my mouth, they took care home. And I'm going to tell y'all, when I was stepping out, I ended up getting another house down the street, about 5 blocks from where me and my wife was at. I drove the tractor trailer, so Monday through Friday I could stay there. But on the weekends I had to go home to make things look normal as possible. And one day, I became honest with my wife, my first wife. This is what she said to me. She said, Steve, I know you love me, but I understand you're not in love with me. Listen to what I'm saying. This is my first wife. She said, Steve, I know you love me. Yes, I do. Still to this day. How you want to be with somebody and treasure somebody and all of a sudden, I don't like you, I don't want to go with you? That was my best wife. I screwed it up. Now check this out. She said, Steve, I know you love me, but I understand you're not in love with me. And she told me I can go. So I left and went to the house down the street. She set me free. She set me free. Because I was trying to wiggle 2 houses, right? She set me free. She said, Steve, I know you love me, but I understand you're not in love with me. You can go. I was in the living room on the floor crying. Because I'm trying to do right here, but I done found somebody else. I'm trying to do right here, but I found somebody else. And guess what? When she told me you can go, 6 months later, I left the person that I left for. That's why I tell myself, family, never make your side piece your main piece. Some people do. Even though I was honest with them about being married. What they say? Overcoming your past life mistakes. Overcoming your past life mistakes. When you can sit down like me, the big mouth bald head black dude, 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 the big mouth bald head where you can sit down and be honest with yourself like me. Be honest, it takes a lot of work. I ain't playing. Excuse me. Excuse me, family. That takes a lot of work. I'm gonna get back on my talk show and I gotta tell them about my life. How I used to live. You heard what I said? How I used to live. I don't live like that today. Sometimes in my head, I'm telling y'all, I want to go. My biggest fear, I might get caught up. I'm an addict. I might do her. That thing might be nice and right, and you get it. Then I do again. Then again. Once I do you about 5 times, I'll start backing up off you. Because now my feelings getting involved. Where you at? Who you with? When I start thinking like that, it's not good. It's not good. See, I learned from the bullcrap that I used to do so that I won't keep doing it. You get it? When I got married the second time, it wasn't my intention to step out. It wasn't. The first couple of years, no, I was not stepping out. Because I wanted to do better in my second marriage than I did in my first marriage. Now I understand the vows a little bit more that I took, that I made in the sight of God, not man. Listen to what I'm saying, people. In the sight of God. Because when I stepped outside of that marriage, it was not about her. So stop thinking when a guy do something, it's like, he cheated on me, he did this, he did that. Yeah, he went and he cheated. But he took his body and he laid his body on someone else. So how he cheated on you? He didn't sleep with you. He slept with somebody else. And that's what I had to realize. I did myself a justice. I took my body and laid with a lot of different women. I was cheating myself. I was hurting inside. Ladies that had nothing to do with you. You will make it your problem. No, it was the little boy in me that was hurt about something. Mainly, the little boy in me, when she called me a hypocritical B, I said, I'm going to fix you. Listen to what I said. I'm going to fix you. Now, I wasn't cheating. I wasn't doing nothing. So I went and I cheated. That's how I call myself fixing it. I went and I cheated. Because the little boy inside of me was hurt when I got called a hypocritical bitch. I'ma fix you. I didn't fix her. I ain't fix her. But look, pay attention now. Pay attention, because I know we'll blame ourselves for other people's stuff, right? All that was great with us in the house and the things and stuff like that. That's when we had the good days. Then we had them days where we argued. We went through certain changes. And I made the decision after my baby feelings got hurt. I didn't realize that. I made an immature decision. It was the therapist that put me on point. I went to a therapist because I wanted to learn how to deal with my wife better with this. I was trying to deal with that. The arguing and fussing and nagging, and y'all don't realize it will drive you crazy. If you got a man that's really not there, and you want to come in with everything, your girlfriend's issue, your cousin issue, your grandma issue, but you bring it into your household. And I used to have to tell her, stop doing that. Whatever that's going on outside of the house with her family, her cousins and them with their boyfriend, leave that mess out there. It became our stuff. And then we arguing about somebody else's stuff. And one day it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not ours personally. You get it? And that's what y'all have. But no, back it up, Steve. I don't mean y'all. Okay? I apologize for that. But that's what we have a tendency. I had to say we. Not just y'all. It's a we. Because sometimes we will take outside bull crap and we will make it our issue. You get me? That's why I had to back it up. It could be something at a job, and you come home, you pissed. Excuse me, let me wind down, get my head together. I'm home now. So let me go, woosah. And then you can tell me about certain things that's happening so I can comfort you. I probably could fill in the gaps and you take and relax yourself. This how it works, family. But if we constantly arguing and I'm just getting off, you getting off, you might have got off a little later than me. But then I know when you come in, be honest with you, because I had no problem cooking, all of that was taken care of. That wasn't the problem. I'm going to look. If I don't feel like cooking, I'm going to call you and ask you what you got a taste for. If you say I want, say like, I'm trying to think of that place we go to that sells the fish and the chicken, stuff like that. I ain't got no problem. You said you want a roasting chicken, macaroni, cheese, and greens. That ain't no problem. You say you want a pizza or a sub sandwich, because I might not feel like cooking. I'm going to make sure you straight. Ask my ex-wives. I ain't play. Wash clothes and all that. Ask them. Now, my first wife was my best wife. We didn't go through a lot, like arguing and fussing and changes. She did smack me a few times for doing what I did, like cheating. She would, but look, her goal was to work it out. I'm the one that walked away, fam. To thy own self be true. Overcoming your past mistakes. You get it? So look, in that process, right, and right now to this day, that's my oldest daughter mother. I've been knowing her for 46 years. I knew her before Cherie Copeland was born. Cherie Copeland is now 46. My ex-wife was born in 67. I was born in 62. I'm 5 years older than my ex-wife, my first wife. I'm 15 years older than my second wife. What my second wife taught me, how it takes work to work a marriage. You got two different personalities. Keep in mind, family. She likes what she likes. I might not be interested in a lot of the stuff that she likes, but I might participate in certain things just to support her. I'm not going to tell her don't do this, don't do that, because she has to live her life and enjoy herself. Same with me. If I feel like hanging out with the boys, I'm going to hang out with the boys. If I feel like hanging out with the women, I'm going to hang out with the women. Because I sponsor women. But the thing with all of that I'm saying out my mouth, if you can't trust me, that's not good. Because number one, keep in mind, no matter how good you treat me, if I feel like stepping outside, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's something that's going on with me that I'm running from. You can do everything right within the bedroom, swinging from Sharon to Leah's, ducking, plopping, pookie, bookie. Just catch what I'm saying, because I'm talking to TikTok too. Catch what I'm saying. You can be excellent in the bedroom. And then when that man go cheat, you be like, well, what did I do wrong? You ain't do nothing wrong. You did everything right. It's just something happened to him that he, it's just a discomfort. So you there, we know you there. So anytime I step outside my marriage, I don't want you to know I'm cheating. So I want to go do it, because that's the fun part. And you don't catch it. It's an excitement within itself. Why am I going to cheat and want you to know it? I just might want to step out because, like I said, I'm hurting. So now, in the process of saying that, I know the woman is there. I know y'all are there to help us deal with whatever. I know you there. Don't get it wrong. The same with us with you. Or do you want me to say Steve? Because look, check this out, Queens. This what my ex told me. Whatever issue she had, I tried to fix it. If you broke bad with my wife or my wife felt like you was a threat to her, I'm coming to you. Now guess what? I approached her boss for the way he was treating her. And he turned around and fired her. She told me, she said, Steve, listen, women. She said, you do not always have to try and fix me. I don't know where y'all think it be at. And that's the same way I have to do with my grown daughters. Whenever they call daddy, daddy will get into that fix it mode. And what I have to realize, you do not always have to try to fix them. They're too close. They're too close. Now, I can help outsiders better than I can help like family members because they expect certain things from you. When you're a disciplinary, it's normal for them when you're trying to correct certain things. So sometimes you got to back up and allow somebody else to talk with them to help them get grounded. That's what I started realizing in my process of sponsoring men, sponsoring women, and then opening up the housing program. And then it's women with children. So when you come into the program, right, it's not just I'm helping the mother. The teenagers might have issues that they need to get addressed. So basically from 7 on up, they have to sign up for the mental health program. Did y'all know that? I have about 3 mental health care providers, programs. They provide the PRP. They provide the counselor, the therapist, peer mentoring, all of that. And then the psychiatrist if it's needed. Check this out. I keep telling y'all, personally, I'm a professional tractor trailer driver. That's my profession. I retired at 58. I retired from trucking at 58. But by this time, I'm doing the LLC. Then the housing portion. Because I'm trying to provide the services for the people that's slipping through the crack of homeless services and stuff like that. So now, I'm the one that had to gain control back over my life, my finances, my responsibilities as a father, as a parent, as a leader. I had to learn. That wasn't something you put in me. And I'm not always right, but to me I'm right. You know why? Because anytime I start doing that old stuff, overcoming your past life mistakes, and I find myself repeating it even to now, when I find myself going against my morals, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, don't like a lot of stuff on my brain. Then I'm going to sit up here and say, why that, what's going on? I'll shoot it out quick. Pew, 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 pew for TikTok's sake. Because I'm not talking about that pew, pew. You know why? Because it's the peace that I want. It's the peace that means more to me than anything else in this world. So I might have to go take a walk to become one with nature, with God. I might have to listen to gospel music to fulfill my spirit. I might have to read Bible to gain some peace in my life. Now listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you the process of what to do. How many people y'all know talk like this to help you understand, okay, you recognizing the chaos and the confusion, right? You recognize it. I don't want to spend my life full of chaos and confusion and mayhem, being toxic. So I got to do the work to calm this down. And in some people cases, right, if you can't balance it out naturally, like with yoga, with exercising, with reading, meditating, just to feel one with yourself. But now that's the covering. That's the covering of the comforter. That's why it's called the comforter. Because whenever you're out of whack, you just want to feel comfortable. And a lot of times when you recognize that, the destructive side, that's the stuff that we have to practice getting away from. So what I have to do, family, and I share this with everybody, once I recognize something is destroying my life, and it's mostly me that's doing the things to destroy my life, I have to stop. I have to admit that the behaviors and what I'm doing is really, really unhealthy. But I got to see it. I got to see it. I got to recognize it for what it is. And I done lost control over myself, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This is out of whack. So now I got to do the necessary work to bring peace back in here, to get that chemical imbalancement back. A lot of like the PRPs, the counselors, the therapists and stuff like that, they know what I'm saying. They know. Because that's their profession. Clinically. They know. The difference with me, mine's is personal. So I can tell you from a personal level, because when you go to them, they're going to treat you. They're going to do what they got to do. And it might take you 6-7 years for stuff that really don't take that long to learn to move away from. One, we got to admit our powerlessness. 2, we got to become open-minded and gain faith back within ourselves. 3, you got to learn to trust yourself. 4, you got to learn to be honest with you on a deeper level. Because when you're learning to be honest with you on a deeper level, that means you're going inside to find out, why in the heck am I acting like this? Why am I doing what I'm doing? That's the 4th step, taking that fearless inventory. 5th, being able to talk about what you discovered about yourself. It's called the confession. That's what a lot of people do when they go to the booth and talk with the rabbi or the Jewish guy. They are confessing. That's 5. 6, recognizing your character's defects. You recognizing those things that tend to cause you pain and misery. 7, you tend to ask God. Now you're on a deeper level of being honest. You're going on a deeper level. You asking God, like your character defects, like resentment, anger, fear, stuff like that. You know that's causing you a lot of pain. You surrendering that to Him a day at a time. But now, if you carry resentments for something that went on in our past, you have to learn to forgive. Remember, I read that. You got to learn to forgive yourself first. Because now you're going to look at the people that harmed you. So you got to forgive the people that harmed you, because 9 times out of 10, you practice what was done to you on other people. So sooner or later, that's the 7th step. You got to make a list of the people you harmed because of your destructive behaviors. Resentment, anger, fear, jealousy, insecurities. We will take those negative feelings out on other people. So now you got to make a list of the people that you harmed, even though you was hurt. 9, once you make that list, guess what I did? I put God on the list, and I put everybody else on that list, except me. But then I had to turn around and put me right there, under God. Because I had to make the amends to myself. You can go and make amends wherever possible. Everybody you're not going to be able to go back to and say, remember when we was 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 and I done this and I done that? They might not remember that. So you can just apologize for the harm that you caused them, because you're freeing yourself. They might not never forgive you, I'm sorry. But you got to forgive you. That's 9. Because I had to do that. And the freedom that came with apologizing to somebody for the stuff that we practiced coming up. And when I went and told that person, I apologized for the harm I brought them, she said, boy, we hurt each other. And when she said that, it was like a weight lifted off of me. We ain't go into details. Sometimes you can't do it. But when I apologized, it was that weight that I was carrying. That's the 9th step. Making amends. Listen to how I'm talking. 10. You take that personal inventory. Now, when I go here, basically what I'm doing, I'm preparing myself to look at myself to make sure I'm still on the right path of doing the right things. Listen to how I'm talking. I'm sharing the 10th step with y'all. So now I'm taking this inventory of me. So that means I got to sit still. And I got to, once again, do an evaluation of Steve. Making sure that I'm living on a healthy path. Practicing some healthy stuff. That's the 10th step inventory. And I'm going to have to get ready to end this. 11 is prayer. That's communicating with God. Meditation is listening for His answer. And once He make His will known to you, you go out and do it. That's the 12th step. Okay? I love y'all, family. And I'm going to end this. Let me see my time. Yup, it's 1 o'clock. It's my hour.